Good morning, students. In this part of the video, we are going to study about the epithelial tissue. In the last video, we have studied about the plant tissue, various plant tissue we have studied. So today we will learn about the animal tissue. Animal tissue, if we take broadly, they are divided. Right? So 4 types: epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, then nervous tissue, muscular tissue. These are the tissues which are present in animals. The first type of tissue is the epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue is a type of tissue which is present inner lining and outer lining of body organ. It may be any organ in the body. The outer lining and inner lining is made up of this tissue. If we take, see, this is the structure of a stomach, means, see, this is inner lining, this is outer lining. Inner lining and outer lining, this tissue will be present usually. They are actually protective in nature. Means they protect the internal cells of that organ where they are present usually. And usually they are protective in nature. And if we take this epithelial tissue, they are divided to squamosal epithelial tissue, cuboidal epithelial tissue, then this columnar epithelial tissue, ciliated epithelial tissue, glandular epithelial tissue. There are many like. So we'll see these 4. So here these are the cells which do not contain any intercellular space. There is no any intercellular space between the cells. They are compactly arranged fatally. So compactly arranged because they are protective in nature. If air space is there, means it will be a hindrance, or it will be a drawback of the tissue. So that's why there is no any intercellular space between the cells. Direct blood supply is not there. Means that. So just by the help of diffusion osmosis, the food, the nutrients enter and gases molecule enters, and removal of the such waste material also happens by diffusion and osmosis. And there is no direct supply of blood and direct supply of the nervous tissue. Usually after some time they actually worn out and they are replaced by new cells usually. So if we take squamosal tissue, the first type of epithelial tissue, squamosal tissue, these are present in the organs of the body, means many organs of the body, if we tell. The cells here in the squamosal tissue are flat tissue arranged in a single layer of cells like this. Single layer, flat tissue, and they are arranged in single layer, and usually they are present in blood vessels. If you take blood vessels, alveoli, then in the digestive system, if you take, so they are present actually. What they do? They actually permit the materials inside and outside the body. Means they actually help in the exchange of material in the body. Wherever they are present, they actually do. They are also called as pavement tissue. Pavement means they are like flat cells. They are made up of flat and flat cells will be present, and they help in exchange. And they are also called as endothelium. Endothelium means They are present usually inner lining of the body part. Inner lining of the body part. If see here, this is the stomach, part of the stomach. Inner lining they are present. Endothelium. Endothelium. So they permit the material inside and outside the body. That is the main function of the squamosal tissue. And if we take cuboidal tissue, cuboidal. So cuboidal tissue actually they are found in glands and ducts of glands usually present. They are actually protective in nature and also secretive in nature. Protective and secretive in nature. What they do actually? What they do actually? See, they protect. They will be present inside the glands of the body. Glands are the special tissues which are present in the body, which secretes some hormones or some enzymes necessary for the physiological activity of the body. So glands. In the glands usually they are present. They are secretory in nature and they are also protective in nature. And ducts of the gland. Ducts of the gland means there are two types of glands if you tell. Ductless gland and the glands with the ducts. So pancreas, it secretes its enzymes in the small intestine. For that it needs a pipe-like structure, ducts. That is called a gland with a duct. The gland without a duct, like the thyroid gland, is a gland without a duct, without any pipe-like structures. It will secrete its hormone directly to the bloodstream. There usually these cuboidal cells are present. They are protective as well as secretive in nature. Secretion, they help in the secretion of hormones, enzymes like that. Then if you take columnar epithelial tissue, these are the tissue which are made up of column-shaped cell or pillar-shaped cell. Column-shaped cell or pillar-shaped cell, like this. So pillar-shaped cells like this, they will be present like this. So pillar-shaped cells, they are called as columnar epithelial tissue, columnar cells. They are present in alimentary canal, in the sense digestive system usually. So what they do actually, they are secretive in nature. They secrete some enzymes which are necessary for digestion. And they are also protective in nature. Wherever they are present. Then they are also absorptive in nature. They help in the absorption of nutrients from the food to the blood. If you take see, our food is mainly digested in the small intestine and the stomach. Absorption happens mostly. All the absorption of food happens in the intestine. In the intestine, these columnar cells are present. See, we have in our stomach, HCl, acid is secreted, pepsin, rennin, some enzymes are secreted by the columnar tissue only. In the columnar tissue, there are some cells called as goblet cell. So, like this, cells are there which secrete some of the enzymes related to the digestion. This is about the columnar epithelial tissue. Then ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. What is ciliated? Cilia, hair-like structures. See. So here, if you take the columnar cells with the hair-like structures called cilia, they are called as ciliated columnar epithelial cells. Ciliated columnar epithelial cells. These actually help to movement of material. They push the material. They help in the movement of the material inside the body wherever they are present. Usually, I told you, they are present in the inner lining and outer lining of the body surface, so body organ. That's why they help in the movement of the material inside the body. There are some epithelial tissue present. See, on the skin if you take. So actually they are made up of many layers. See here, scapular tissue is made up of single layer. Same scapular tissue, if it is having more than 2 or 3 layers, then it is called as stratified. Stratified epithelial tissue means many layers will be present. They are present in the skin. They are present in the skin. They are protective in nature. Protective in nature. Like this, we have some of the epithelial tissue present in the ovary or if you take testes, which will help in the production of sperms. And some of the epithelial tissue present in the skin, they are secretory in nature. If they secrete the sweat, they produce sweat. They remove the sweat from the body, or it's called as perspiration. Similarly, some of the cells present in the skin, epithelial tissue of the skin, they are actually they convert into gland and they produce some oil, means to maintain the moisture, they produce some oily substances, if you take. So oil glands will be there. So if you take some time, your face or your skin will become oily. That is because of glands which are present inside the skin. Like that, if you take, there are many of the epithelial tissue with a different function. See, if you elaborate, if you tell the functions of epithelial tissue helps in absorption. Epithelial tissue helps in secretion of hormones and enzymes. Epithelial tissue helps in the maintaining the body temperature. Epithelial tissue helps in digestion of the food. Epithelial helps in the absorption of food. Epithelial cells helps in the transfer of material. Epithelial tissue helps in to permit the material inside and outside the body. Epithelial cells helps in the formation of gametes. Like this, there are many functions of epithelial tissue as a whole. If you include all the functions of the types of epithelial tissue. This is about the epithelial tissue. So if you have any doubt regarding this, please put a message in the WhatsApp or in the YouTube link, wherever with you in the link. So the next part of the video, we are going to study about the connective tissue. So connective tissue. What is connective tissue? Say connective tissue is also called as binding tissue, because it binds, means it will connect the different tissues of the body. It connects the different tissues of the body. So it's called as binding tissue. There are 3 types of connective tissue. If you take loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, and fluid connective tissue. So loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, and fluid connective tissue. So what is connective tissue? I tell you, blood is a connective tissue. Blood is a fluid connective tissue which connects the various parts of the body, if you tell. Then dense connective tissue, bone or cartilage is a dense connective tissue. Loose connective tissue is, example is areolar tissue or ligament, tendons. All these are called as loose connective tissue. So they are binding tissue. They connect the different tissues of the body. So components. Say for a tissue, when we can tell it as connective tissue. So for a connective tissue, there are some components which are necessary in a connective tissue. So what are those components of connective tissue? A connective tissue should have all these 3. What are those? They consist of cells. They have certain cells. The cells may be loosely arranged. or they are packed layer like that. Then they have a fibers. They have fibers. Fibers mean reticulate fiber, yellow fiber, collagen fiber. So like this fibers are there which will provide a framework to that organ where they are present. Then matrix. So matrix is a base of the connective tissue, in which the cells and fibers are present. The cells and fibers are present inside the matrix of the connective tissue. These are the three components of the connective tissue. So this is about the connective tissue, and we will see the one by one about loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue and fluid connective tissue in the next part of the video. Thank you.